Let's check audio. Okay. Connection fine? Yeah, all good. Just my voice all of a sudden. Welcome. My name is Ike. This is Switzerland.playit with TAGN, the angry game news every day, 10 a.m. Eastern. Here on this channel, Switzerland.playit, on Rumble, of course, and YouTube and Twitch and Kick. Actually, also on locals, but I just do that because it's one button I just can press. Unfortunately, on locals, if you don't pay locals, like as a creator, for contingent, you are allowed only to stream half an hour, which is a little bummer, but yeah. Ahoy, ouch my junk. Ahoy, John Thunder. So yeah. We have today more kind of development news, like going forward with certain topics we already spoken of in the past. So that's like the main topic. Shadow the Sausage on Twitch. My services can make your monster grow. I'm not sure what that means. I don't need my monster to be bigger. I'm fine with my monster. My monster is okay. Not buying anything. Thank you. Waiting for Dying Light. The Beast. The Beast. 9! I'm not gonna buy that. It's too expensive. It actually was an a DLC at one point. Then they made it into a standalone game. So yeah. And are you ever eaten? So yeah, we have not a lot of topics, but we're gonna go a little bit more into the whole article, if you understand what I mean. And we're gonna talk about those kind of douchebags, but maybe they redeemed their reputation. We're gonna see. You can decide with me later. Sega's next Yakuza game reportedly leaked on Like a Dragon website. According to users on Reddit, Yakuza Kiwami, I don't know why I think about kiwis, but yeah. Kiwami 3 was briefly visible as listed on the official series website, as well as in results on Google. Assuming the claims are accurate, the listing has since been removed, and its brief appearance comes a week ahead of a planned live event, in which UrhG's is expected to reveal its next Like a Dragon games. The first Yakuza Kiwami games, released in 2016 and 17, were remakes of the original two Like a Dragon games. They were recently announced for Nintendo Switch 2 and will be released later this year. I have like a lot of those like a Dragon games actually on GOG when they were on sales. I got a bunch of them. And the remakes are actually decent. I kind of enjoy it. It has a lot of text in it, although I like stories in games, you know, when they are written well and such, but yeah, it has a lot of text. So I thought about streaming the whole series, but for now it's gonna be just me alone. Yeah. My metaphorical penis is excited. Don't want to imagine a woman with a penis, because then it's not a woman. Just saying. Are you Like a Dragon fans? Have you ever touched one of those games? It's a big success by Sega. Many people love it. Many people enjoy the series. And if they make the third game in the series, I think they have now like 7 or 8-ish in the whole franchise. If they make the third one into a remake, because the remake just looks visually fine and all that, you know. Now this is kind of good news, but also bad news. You're hearing that. Team Cherry didn't mean to send players to Silksong jail. YouTube content ID claims are likely either a technical error or someone doing something illegal, composer says. Yeah, Hollow Knight, Silksong, very, very successful. Still, of course, it was just released not even 2 weeks ago. Very, very successful, and the maker just show you, or the makers, like plural, show you they love their fan, they love their players. Very affordable price, very well optimized. Actually, it has just some minor bugs and all that for what I heard so far. They are publishing it on all the platforms they can, even on GOG. So yeah, it's just fantastic that they are for the players and for the fans. And this is another sign that they are absolutely behind the players. Hollow Knight composer Christopher Larkin was warned that some users have gotten erroneous content ID claims on YouTube over Silksong music. Turns out that after 6 years of waiting, that Hollow Knight Silksong game was pretty popular. Unsurprisingly, the game became one of the biggest Steam launches of all time. At 587,150, for comparison, Borderlands 4 record-breaking launch was around 200,000 less, with the game taking out most online storefronts during launch, including Steam and the Nintendo eShop. So naturally, players have been keen to stream and post videos about their shiny new game, but it turns out there's been a bit of an issue with the music, as users have been reporting getting YouTube content ID claims over the soundtrack. And considering Team Cherry grants free license to their games for content creators, something has gone amiss. And yes, I checked out that link, and very super vocal here, the creators, the Team Cherry here. Can I stream in the FAQ? Can I stream or create videos of your games? And is it okay if I monetize them? Very straightforward question, right? You sure can. We love it when you do. Team Cherry hereby grants free license to game owners and press to use our games in the creation of publishing or streaming of original media content, including reviews, gameplay videos, and Let's Plays. Team Cherry also grants free license to content creators to monetize these works, whether through advertising, stream donations, or otherwise. So I think very clear words. There's nothing to really interpret here. Very understandable, You don't need a lawyer to get what they mean, right? And they love that you stream or make content with the gameplay and all such likes. So yeah, so they're telling you it's either an error or somebody claims having copyrights on that shit. It's not shit because it's beloved music in the game by players. But somebody is trying to make money claiming that stuff. Hi folks, we have noticed people are getting content ID claims for Hollow Knight Silksong music. I haven't opted this music in content ID, and neither has Team Cherry. It is likely either a technical error or someone doing something illegal. I'm looking into it, and hopefully that's gonna get solved. YouTube ID claims are dog shit in general. Absolutely dismissal. Fucking pain in the ass to deal with that crap, really. I'm not advising to do it like I would do it, but I would be very vocal in in an appeal in the contact form. There, you can appeal the claim and be very vocal. Like use all the bad words. That's just what I would do if I get a IT content match there, because it's pretty clear that the producer, the developer, and publisher don't care for you streaming that. They actually want that, according to their own words. So YouTube wants more just making the ID system abusive. Hollow Knight Silksong composer Christopher Larkin posted on Twitter to clear up the situation, saying what I just read. Unfortunately, this would not be the first time YouTube's content ID system was abused, as many stories have come out across the years, more like decades, from YouTube users. So if you're planning on making any Hollow Knight Silksong content on YouTube right now, it may be best to use some royalty-free tunes in background instead of the game's score. Heck fucking no. If you want to be nicer in the appeal, just copy the link and you can check mark like I have a license because they give you the license, literally. I have a license from the creator, from the original copyright owner, and just go this process through. And if that cocksucker who claimed that that song stuff from the game still just dismiss your appeal there, well, YouTube might be in trouble in such a case. Just saying. But yeah, once more, YouTube is fucked, and Team Cherry shows you the love for players. I enjoy this story here. Don't be a bigot. I remember this thing. I forgot what it was called. Fair use. Fuck you, YouTube. It's not even fair use. You have a license, literally. The illegal AI doing stupid stuff on YouTube. What I suspect what happened here actually might be like another content creator who has like a partnership with YouTube and has like a network contracts, whatever. They some bigger streamers can like submit their stuff, their videos, their playthroughs, and then the ID content system will put that into the database, and it's gonna match whatever you hear in that video of those bigger content creators. They are gonna claim everything else of other content creators for themselves. I think that is what happened here, actually. Doesn't make it better. It's still the shitty fucking system being broken as fuck. So yeah, I need to use 18 plus for Dying Light, the Beast on YouTube to not get a strike, but that's just graphic gore and blood. I never did that shit on YouTube. I streamed a few times The Witcher 3. But I also don't remember if I got strikes of like whatever. Now, Borderlands 4 still in the news, of course, because Randy Pitchford tries to damage control and he's gaslighting everybody. And now we got a little bit more development. Because so far we got only news about the game being very well optimized on PC. And if it's not working on your PC, it must be your PC, you know? It doesn't matter. It's just your PC. There's no other explanation. Because his words, very well damn optimized. That's his words. The longer you play Borderlands on a console, the worse it gets. After launching last week, a lot of online debate has swirled around performance problems in Borderlands 4. On PC, many players think the game isn't very optimized, despite Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford claims to the contrary. Over on console, the looter shooter sequel has its own performance problems that only get worse the longer you play. Pitchford's solution, restart the console every so often. Yeah, just restart it. Just restart it. Come on, it's your console now. It's the very well optimized version for your console. It's just your console's fault. I primarily played Borderlands 4 on PC during my time with the game ahead of its launch. After dialing in the settings and activating DLSS and FrameGen, I was able to squeeze out a mostly solid 120 FPS experience out of it. However, when I hopped over to my PS5 Pro to play some Borderlands 4 with my friends online, I was no longer able to tweak settings and rely on FrameGen. Instead, the PS5, PS5 Pro, and Xbox Series X versions of the game only have two options, performance or quality. Performance runs at 60 FPS with lowered settings, and the quality runs at 30 FPS at higher resolution. At first, things were fine in performance mode, but eventually, after a few hours, the game stopped running as well. Then it crashed, and when I restarted Borderlands 4, it was back to running at 60 FPS. This was my first clue that something was broken, and conversations online reveal I am hardly alone in experiencing these issues. Look online at places like Reddit. Don't like Reddit, but yeah. For game stuff, actually, sometimes you get information about certain topics on Reddit, unfortunately. And you'll quickly find players complaining that after a few hours of Borderlands 4, the game's performance starts to tank on console. Weirdly, based on the posts I've seen online and on talking to my friends who don't own PS5 Pros, it seems like it's worse on Sony's more powerful console, which is for sure weird, but maybe just not enough people have reported yet on the PS5 basic version. Randy Bitchford is a liar. He messed so bad with Aliens Colonial Marines in 2012. I will never forget. Let go of old stuff. Let go of old stuff. I mean, I don't care for who he is or what he is, but I care for the right now that he is gaslighting people like very well damn optimized and shit like that. And obviously it is not. It is just not, you know? It is not like a political stand with a performance in games. Either it works overall good or it works overall not so good. And for now on PC, the Steam reviews just show you overall it doesn't work perfectly and well optimized. That's just pretty much fact. Because those people who bought the game are not just hating on it for the sake of hating. So stupid. And he gave people a workaround again about the shutdown and restart. Workaround until we patch. Quit the game and restart. Sorry for the friction, added Pitchford. And while that does work, it's a bit ridiculous in 2025 to tell people to restart their game every few hours to make it run better. It is ridiculous. Absolutely, I agree with this gay Kotaku writer. They are all gay, I'm pretty sure. It also doesn't help his own claims that the game is pretty well optimized. I think damn was the word too included here. Hopefully Gearbox has plans to fix this suspected memory leak issue on PS5 and to improve the game's overall stability in the near future. Now, according to Randy Pitchford, if you are not happy with the performance with the pretty well damn optimized game, just refund. I mean, you can't refund after 2 hours really on Steam, but just refund. That's stupid. But now we get just more news, more development. It's not so well optimized. Now we get those stories from the consoles. Doesn't look good for you, Randy. He's basically calling people poor because they can't afford the best PC system. And even those are not working optimized. Now that is, I didn't know about that, but yeah, we got more laws stuff about protect the children, everybody, protect the children. Florida sets its lawsuit sight on porn games. Florida has set its laser to sue as the Sunshine State moves to attack porn games and their distributors in court. As reported by the Tallahassee Democrat, Florida's Attorney General James Utmeyer filed 2 separate lawsuits against LustyHeroes.com and the parent company of Notaku.net and SpiceVids.com. The dual suits allege that these websites have violated HB3, the state law that went into effect in January and forced explicit websites to verify the ages of Florida users. According to Uthmeyer, all 3 websites have skirted. Now, why is this word so skipping me here? The responsibility of ensuring that people visiting them are at least 18 years or old. As such, he is serving them fresh lawsuits to ostensibly make examples out of them. Florida is committed to being the best place to raise children, Uthmeyer said in a press release. We passed strong legislation to keep kids from being exposed to harmful and toxic material. And instead of following it, these platforms ignored it. We are taking them to court to make sure they cannot continue bypassing Florida's common sense safeguards. Getthings Limited is the distributor of Lusty Heroes, while Ailo is the parent company behind Notaku and Spice Vids, as well as Pornhub. And I know just Steven Crowder talked about that years and years ago, that all those porn sites, the biggest porn sites, come all from Canada. Ouch, my junk, it's your fault. Canadians are making the USA degenerate. For some reason, Canada is like big in this online porn industry. Although Getthings Limited has yet to publicly comment on the lawsuit, ILO has said both Notaku and Spice Vids have complied with the legislation since it went into effect earlier this year. And they said, "We intend to vigorously defend against these allegations in court," ILO told the Tallahassee Democrat. "These platforms are committed to ongoing compliance with applicable state laws. We look forward to presenting the facts through the appropriate legal process." Vigorously, they are going to fight vigorously. This is the latest development in the ongoing battle against pornographic material by Republican lawmakers. If you're an explicit material enjoyer, whether casual or otherwise, you may have seen age verification pop-ups when visiting these websites, depending on where you live in the US. GOP members are adamant that the protected kids, graphic and harmful material must be abated. But there are always ways to consume porn. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, it's just another try. I'm not saying like kids should see everything online, absolutely not. But that's another little piece in the big puzzle about controlling you and your online behavior and all that. So if this lawsuit has kind of a success, maybe that's another like argument for the federal laws, which probably come into place very soon. The COSA, the Kids Online Safety Act, I'm repeating myself every time, and the Screen Act, which want from you to have some sort of verification online. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So I don't know how this will play out. I'm just a little bit concerned. A little bit concerned overall. Basically, porn idea. We have the cooler weather to stop all the servers from overheating. That's a stupid argument, but maybe. Maybe. No, I think you just want to destroy the USA, like making them all degenerate. So if I get a RTX 5090 that consumes 600 watt, I should move to Canada. Got it. No. Now, this pisses me off, this news here. For multiple reasons. For multiple reasons. And we have to keep an eye on this writer of the article too. Michael Werthor, however you pronounce his fucking name. I don't care really. You're going to see in the end of the article. He tries to twist everything, like literally everything. Steam, Discord, and Twitch executives called to testify before Congress over radicalization of users. The CEOs of Discord, Steam, Twitch, and Reddit have been called to Congress to testify about the radicalization of online forum users on those platforms, the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee announced Wednesday. Congress has a duty to oversee the online platforms that radicalize have used to advance political violence, said Chairman of the House Oversight Committee James Comer, a Republican from Kentucky, in a statement. To prevent future radicalization and violence, the CEOs of Discord, Steam, Twitch, and Reddit must appear before the Oversight Committee and explain what actions they will take to ensure their platforms are not exploited for nefarious purposes. Letters from the House Oversight Committee have been sent to Humam Saknini, CEO of Discord, Gabe Newell, president of Steam Maker Valve, Dan Clancy, CEO of Twitch, and Steve Hoffman, CEO of Reddit, requesting their testimony on October 8th. And about Twitch, just a little side note. I hate what is happening right now on X. My X feed is just fucked. I absolutely hate that shit. It's all just political, and everybody is blaming everybody else, and it's a shit show, in my opinion. I want my dog videos I can like back. I want that to dominate my damn feed there. My cat videos are fine too, but I enjoy dogs more. Just saying. But sometimes I see important stuff, of course, what is happening right now. And side scrollers, Craig, there is streaming like non-stop clips from Hassan Piker, which call for violence. Literally, they just shank them. That the ingest has to come out and being on the floor and then stuff like that and kill them and literally just calling for murder of people, which is insane. And Twitch does nothing against that, which is super, super weird. So I get it with a Twitch guy, with what is his name? Dan Clancy. Super faggot, super cocksucker. What can I say? And I don't know if that loop clips from side scrollers has now been taken down. Probably not, actually. And yeah, we're gonna see how that will work out. Where was I? The hearing will examine the radicalization of online forum users, including incidents of open incitement of commit violent, politically motivated acts, Homer said in a letter to each CEO. Because of that stupid fuck Destiny and what's his name? Insane Piker or whatever. Yeah, but those are just the most like public there, most watched. I'm telling you, it's some conservative or however you want to call like the other opposite side. You have also stupid sayings there. But usually the right wingers, get pretty quickly, very quickly. The catalyst for Comer's request is the killing of Charlie Kirk, the right-wing political activist and media personality who was shot in Utah Valley University last week. The suspect in that case, Tyler Robinson, is reported to have used Discord to discuss the killing after the fact and is alleged to have been stepped into online meme culture. Whatever that really means. If you are not into meme culture in general online, you're an idiot. That's just my opinion. So why are you mentioning that part? It's just weird. So the first thing what I hate about this whole thing right now, which this dude Comer called to those CEOs, is those supposedly information we got now that in Discord this was discussed. We all can't verify, by the way, really. We don't know if that Robinson guy really even exists in the sense of, isn't it maybe not all planned? Because it was not even a week ago that they got those informations. It was not even a week ago, and now this guy already jumps on that whole issue after the murdering of Charlie Kirk and tries to make some kind of case all of a sudden. It's just, he's abusing maybe something here. I'm not sure what he's abusing, but it's just weird that now all of a sudden it's going to be used, like this case in particular. And if you check the letter is linked in this article, and all the articles are linked down below. Hi, Neuro, good to see you. All our articles are down below, so you can check out the letter. It's not very long. He didn't say anything about left or right issues. He just the radicalization. That's the main focus here, which good wording for sure. Good wording, not making it like in the sense of political thing in general, which side. But it's just weird that now that happens. So I'm not trusting anything what the government does. I literally, something is absolutely fishy smelling here in the whole case. And I, of course, condemn the murder of any human being, to be honest, you know. Some people might be bad in general, might deserve it, but Charlie Kirk was absolutely not one of them. So it's just weird that with all the cameras in today's time, we got like only really fucking blurry crap. We can't identify jack actually shit. You know what I mean? And the timings don't match really. There are gun issues, I heard. You know, it's as usual in such cases. It smells everything. Everything smells for me. You know, I'm not trusting the government, whatever any entity of part of the government says. I'm not trusting them. That's just me, though. That's just me, though. But yeah, they're gonna maybe use it to do whatever. Maybe I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Now the article writer here, though, is a lefty fucking cocksucker of epic proportions. Just keep on listening to me or read the article for yourself. Steam and Discord have long been homes for extremists to gather, coordinate, and harass their perceived enemies, despite both platforms being aimed at the gamers and designed originally for non-political purposes. The 2017 white supremacist rally united the right in Charlottesville, Virginia, was planned through Discord. And the platform was used by far-right mass shooters in the 2022 Buffalo shooting and the Highland Park parade shooting. In 2024, the Anti-Defamation League, fuck those Zionist cocksuckers. I'm going to be super vocal about the ADL. Those are Zionist, absolutely monstrous cocksuckers. They love to suck cock all day long. Not all of them, but most of them. Because everything that you say goes against their political ideology is just anti-Semitic. Everything, literally everything. If you're not 100% on their side, everything is anti-Semitic, and you need to be charged with hate speech, whatever. The Anti-Defamation League reported that Steam was rife with extremism and anti-Semitism across the Steam community groups. Congress has previously pressed Newell on the significant presence of users displaying and espousing neo-Nazi, extremist, racial, supremacist, misogynistic, and other hateful sentiments on Steam. So whatever the news, in some sense, tries to play it down, but so far it seems the alleged Robinson faggot there is left-hard. His boyfriend is a tranny, right? Everything is weird, and everybody keep an eye on that shit. Everybody is jumping on that bandwagon, just like, oh yeah, again, trannies. Fine, might be the case. I'm not saying it's not the case at all or anything like that. But because you have like a pre-notion maybe against trannies, which is fine, I don't blame you for that actually at all, because trannies fuck trannies. No, don't fuck trannies. Only if you like to fuck trannies. That's another topic though. Everybody was like super emotional last all week, right? And that's what the people here right now are using, both sides. The leftards are blaming it was a right-wing extremist who killed Charlie Kirk. And what information we got from the other side is it was actually this tranny lover, leftard tranny lover. So very, very like super fighting powers here on both sides. It's a mess. Overall, a completely mess. And I'm not trusting anything anymore. That's just me. And this writer here now turns this Charlie Kirk, who was killed by a leftard, right? Who was murdered by a leftard. This writer turns it into, yeah, but Discord was used prior to incite violence by white supremacists and far-right extremists and neo-Nazis. And keep an eye what everybody's trying to do here. to your mind. Don't trust the government. Don't trust such cocksuckers or writers like here either. Just wait and see what more information comes out, because all those pictures, blurry shit, all those videos, blurry shit, and supposedly they identified just like Osama in 9/11. Next day, everybody was already knowing it was Osama. It's another case of something very fishy. Something very fishy. It's just weird. Discord, Steam, Twitch, and Reddit executives will have the chance to deliver 5-minute opening statements prior to answering questions posed by members of the committee during October's testimony. Damn, Snooty comes in again with the gifted. Much appreciated, Snooty. Thank you so much. Let me read the chat. What did I miss? They took one of the cameras too, lol. Yeah, I mean, that's what the... I mean, if it's an investigation, you have to, like, confiscate evidence. That's normal procedure, but like I said, I'm not trusting anybody, man. Everything is a little bit weird. Your emotions are being used big fucking time. Pay attention to your emotions. Oh, Zorak. Good to see you. Ghost of Wakai, I'm getting massive dislikes on YouTube for celebrating the death of a person. Not Ghost of Yotai by itself, but I talked about this already. I showed the evidence, the pictures, that I linked all the tweets which were involved. Not tweet, but posts from Blue Sky. Drew, whatever her name was, I don't care. And I'm gonna repeat again, I hate repeating myself, but I need to keep that in people's mind. When I did my initial thoughts on Ghost of Yotai back 11 months ago, now closing to 12 months, a year ago, I told you, this company is hiring a gender fluid Erika Ishii, Erika Ishii, gender fluid according to herself, as the main actor. You have so many women, probably way more badass, good-looking woman, Japanese origin woman out there. But your mission was to get this gender fluid thing, and it is thing because gender fluid, right? So that's just the tip of the iceberg. I think the whole company is just rotten. The whole company is rotten. And this Drew just thought like, oh, I'm safe. Most of my team actually think the same. I'm safe. They just try to delete that Drew girl, whatever she calls herself, out of the equation, Oh, we are fine. But they didn't make any statement, by the way. We're okay. Our company is great. We got rid of the bad apples. No, you did not. I think the whole company is woke, and I told that pretty much in my old review. How the fuck does Steam get implicated here? I mean, on Steam you have forums, Zorak. You can keep all day long there and talk with people. So big forum presence there, actually. The ADL is a bunch of woke commies. Zionist woke commies. Zionist cocksucker woke commies. Everything you say against anything they don't like, you're anti-Semite. They should be labeled a terrorist organization just like the Southern Poverty Law Center. I don't know about that center thing. John got the gifted. Good for you, John. Newty, very, very generous. Nice, and hellos there. You work hard, I see, as a mod everywhere. I hit 50 shields in, I think. Don't trust Neuro. He's gonna get into every fucking channel as a mod. And when the day comes that the mods have more power, he's gonna fuck all of us. I'm telling you. And he's too close to Canada too, as a New Yorker. He is like commie adjacent. He's commie adjacent. I mean, he can team up with maybe Ouch My Junk. It's just infuriating me. This is such articles. Like now he wants to do something against the radicalization of. You're being played. I think we are all being played in some kind. Amazon's Mass Effect show casting details reportedly leak. Amazon's long-anticipated Mass Effect TV series is reportedly moving forward with casting, and it appears early character details have surfaced online. Long-anticipated? I mean, not really. I don't think anybody is waiting anymore of that TV show, especially because it's from Amazon. According to insider Daniel Richtmann, Deutscher Name, German name, who has previously provided reliable casting details for the project like the Buffy Vampire Slayer reboot. Another thing nobody asked for, but whatever. The show is searching for a male lead in the 30 to 39 age range, described as a young Colin Farrell type, as well as a 34 to 39-year-old female alien character requiring prosthetics. Does the human being require some prosthetics already, or you're just telling like she needs to be okay with prosthetics? You're not super clear here. This has led fans to theorize that these roles are for a male Shepard and Liara, respectively. Other notable roles include a female character offering a parallel Earth-based narrative, maybe a gender-swapped Captain Anderson from Mass Effect 3. I don't even remember if you could have selected in the first one, like the gender of Shepard. I think it was, you were able to, but I'm not super sure anymore. Long ago I played that. A villain described as Doug Jones type, age 40 to 60, and a soldier-like male character, age 30 to 49, who evokes comparisons to James Vega. Yeah, the beefy alien with I think he had like the shield thing, the kind of the shield buckling. A prior Mass Effect project teased in 2021 with Henry Cavill never moved forward, but the current series was formally announced in November 2024. Yeah, and Cavill has now other projects at Amazon. Pretty much Highlander he is involved, but he now can't move on with that because he is injured, so the whole production is delayed. And his Warhammer 40K show. Yes, I believe we are all be played. All this upheaval of violence will lead to a digital surveillance state. Yeah, that's just my conspiracy mind going there. Maybe the FBI was involved. Maybe the FBI like tweaked the mind of the gay tranny lover Robinson there, you know, and gave him the weapons, gave him some instruction, mind altering drugs might be also involved, and the media, the legacy media, many people call it. Some news reporter was like, yeah, like what was it? Is choosing of words. Thank you, Nura. Thanks for the vote of confidence, Ike. No problem. Lovable messages to his tranny lover. And it was, keep an eye also on all the legacy media. Like everybody I heard so far talking about this, everybody needed, even like the government actually needed to mention the boyfriend who is transitioning. Nobody needs to know that. You can make like the far right or the right wing or whatever you want to call it. Actually, these days doesn't mean, all that crap doesn't mean shit anymore. It's so fucked up. The whole political landscape globally is fucked up. Left becomes right, right becomes left. Crazy. But yes, all those news reports I heard so far, and the government needed to mention that. Just so you can upset some people, and you can upset the other people too, because those people say, oh, look, it's the same people again committing violence because trannies. And the tranny is going to be like, oh, we're going to be blamed again. Perfect fucking storm there, actually. So just keep the mind open. Don't let them play you. That's all I can say. He's not here today, but he was yesterday here. Piggy. And he is a lover of this game. Klonoa! Classic adds Mr. Driller 2, Klonoa Empire of Dreams on September 2025. Game Boy Advanced games on the classics Nintendo Switch. Just a little side note. I hoped he would have been here. Because he is a big fan. Piggy Boy. He's downlinked, by the way. For reasons. Being fucked. Yeah, language is malleable and people should understand that or get subverted. Did you see the leaked messages, Ike? I sent you the link in Discord. You didn't send me shit. You didn't send me shit. Maybe I blocked you. Did I block you? I didn't block you. You didn't send me shit. Gotta go out for a bit later, everyone. Have a great one. Bye, John Thunder. Time-wise, we are okay-ish. Let's move forward. Horizon Zero Dawn copycat drama continues as Tencent claims Sony was already concerned its game 2 closely resemble Enslaved. Enslaved, a good game, 2013 release. I played it here. Check out my playlists. It's there. Good game. And I see why they say that, but I didn't have any feelings that it is any kind the same, actually. I played both games. Tencent has hit back at Sony's lawsuit that claimed upcoming game Light of Mutiram was nothing more than a slavish clone of Horizon Zero Dawn and highlighted concerns within the PlayStation maker that its own game was too similar to Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. In a fresh response to Sony's legal action, Chinese tech giant Tencent branded the lawsuit as an imperishable attempt to claim ownership of well-trodden tropes such as a red-headed heroine fighting robot dinosaurs, and a bid by Sony to gain a monopoly over the entire genre. I'm going to be straightforward. It's like after some kind of apocalypse, yes, both games, like Horizon Zero Dawn, sure. But the heroine in Enslaved is not her. She's also a redhead there, by the way, with a nice ass. And you fight against the robots, yes. But there is like the end of the comparisons. The story is different, the visuals way more different, the music way more different tone, and the gameplay also very different. Horizon Zero Dawn super open worldish, and Enslaved very restrictive, straightforward, linear. So yeah, the comparisons a little bit weak, you know. But we're gonna see that Sony actually themselves saw like some comparisons happening there. Chatter Steve is in the chat. Tencent, that's just lazy. Enslaved is an excellent game. I gotta play that again. It is a good game. I wish it would have been a little bit longer and a little bit more open worldish. There might be like just possibility for more lore behind that. Maybe a prequel, how that everything happened. The story of Monkey, how he became this beefy guy, you know. It's a good game. Very good game. In addition, Tencent highlighted past comments made by Horizon Zero Dawn developer Jan Bart van Beek, where the art director admitted concerns with Guerrilla that its concept was too similar to Ninja Theory's 2013 game Enslaved Odyssey to the West. Another example of a red-headed heroine fighting robot beasts. She didn't fight shit in that game, though. She had one ability like hacking doors and minor hacking robots abilities. In a legal filing reported by the Game Post, Tencent described Sony's move as an overreach and highlighted other game franchises with similar elements to Horizon Zero Dawn, such as The Legend of Zelda and Far Cry. It was startling, Tencent said, that Sony was now attempting to claim Horizon's concept was original rather than an idea based on ubiquitous genre ingredients. Legend of Zelda, like the Ringmaker, they mean here, and Far Cry, really? Not really at all. I don't see any similarities. I played not Legend of Zelda, but I saw enough like gameplays of that game. We're gonna see which Breath of the Wild, not Wind Waker. Wind Waker was the GameCube thing. I don't feel anything similar here, so you're full of it, Tencent, just saying. Now I tagged you with the link, Ike. Yeah, I heard it. Thank you. By suing over an unreleased project that merely employs the same time-honored tropes embraced by scores of other games released both before and after Horizon, like Enslaved, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Far Cry Primal, Far Cry New Dawn, Outer Wilds, Biomutant, and many more. Sony seeks an imperishable monopoly on genre conventions, Tencent wrote. Sony's claim that Horizon was an original PlayStation concept was also flatly contradicted by remarks made in the behind-the-scene documentary by Van Beek, Tencent stated, claiming that Guerrilla had briefly shelved work on Horizon Zero Dawn due to internal concerns it shared too many similarities with Enslaved. Yeah, but maybe they shelved it and maybe they changed it as much as possible and they were like confident enough it has its own like domain of lore and game and gameplay and story and music and audio and heroine and all that. Long before this lawsuit was filed, the developers of Horizon Zero Dawn publicly acknowledged that the very same game elements that today Sony claims to own exclusively were in fact borrowed from an earlier game, Tencent argued. Mr. Van Beek warned, I don't think we should do this. It touches too much of these other points, referring to prominent elements of Enslaved. Sony shelved the project, only to revive it later with full awareness that the idea was far from novel. When Horizon Zero Dawn finally launched in 2017, the gaming community noted its shrinking resemblance to Enslaved and other genre staples. Again, I played both games and I feel nothing similar. I didn't, when I started playing the first time Horizon Zero Dawn, I didn't remind myself, oh yeah, I've seen all of that. Not even the red hair like pointed me out to the Enslaved game. Not at all. So I think you're trying to make your case. Tencent's rebuttal attempts to dismiss other elements of Sony lawsuits too by stating that its work on Light of Mortiram was unconnected to a failed pitch meeting with Sony for a Horizon spin-off. Yeah, I think you are lying now a lot here, Tencent. Like, I mean, we can't verify that really because those documents and those discussions back and forth we're like never gonna see online. If there are documents or emails or phone calls, right? But Sony said like, yeah, they had an attempt. They pitched to us wanting to make like it lore-wise okay, being like in this world okay, but mainly for the Chinese market, you know, establish like this lore, this world and all that in China. And Sony just said, no, we don't want that and just don't do it, you know. And you can watch the trailer. Link is down below of Light of Mortiram and compare it to gameplay of Horizon Zero Dawn and decide for yourself. Is that not a little bit too close? Is that not a little bit too close? because visuals, like camera work, everything looks way too the same pretty much. Tencent has also claimed that Sony's entire lawsuit is invalid because the company had named the wrong part of Tencent in its initial complaint. Yeah, you addressed your complaints to the wrong subsidiary company there. So it's illegal what you did. It's invalid. We didn't see it. No. I mean, we saw it, but it's the wrong subsidiary company there. Still, while attempting to defend itself from Sony's legal action, it is notable that Tencent has also seemingly made adjustments to the work in progress Light of Modiram itself. And I talked about that too. A glance at the game's Steam page shows it has been scrubbed off screenshots and logos that depicted its red-headed star and those robot dinosaurs. The suggestion here is that Tencent plans to ultimately release Light of Modiram without the elements Sony has deemed most similar to Horizon. That is like you admitting you have done something wrong. But now you try to say like, yeah, but Sony did the same to others. So it's like a child's play overall, like multi-billion companies being retarded, literally. It's weird. We should get you a bourbon and beer for with Yankee Free and the guys. I think you'd be great on the panel. I don't drink though. I drink only for money, for shots, on special occasions, like 24-hour streams. Not sure if that's gonna happen anytime soon though. Other than that, I literally never drink. I'm not a drinker at all. Where was I? Yeah, they just scrubbed that stuff from their Steam page, and at the same time, like saying, yeah, we did nothing wrong. Why are you admitting it by scrubbing the material? It'll be interesting to see how Sony responds to these apparent alterations when it is issued its rebuttal. It's a whole shit show. Whole shit show. Might be a thing at the end. At the end, Tencent will pay Sony for some kind of settlement, and Sony will allow them to use like all that stuff as long as they get their fair share of the pie in sales and whatnot. Weird. Okay, last news. Actually, the smallest kind of news, but I thought it was important not to make a thumbnail because opening your mouth seems to fucking work, everybody. Have you thought about opening your mouth and showing your displeased with some companies that you don't agree with how they do their own IPs and such? Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 adds La Sombra and Toreador clans to base game over time trailer. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 will ship with the La Sombra and Toreador clans available in the base game. Publisher Paradox Interactive and White Wolf and the developer The Chinese Room announced. Both were previously planned as day one paid downloadable content. I'm going to show you that you can't trust those people. But maybe they are listening to fans. But why does it need so big outspoken voices the whole time you see when you do wrong? Why does it need always? Why can't you do already right? Just like the Team Cherry with the Silk song. They did everything right. They took their time to develop a good working game. Nice price, $20. And they allow players to use all the content online to stream without any issues. But no, you, the Chinese Room and Interactive, Paradox Interactive, to you need to scream to you to understand what's going on here, what you did wrong. The companies also announced the plans for 2 additional story packs, Loose Cannon and The Flower and the Flame, which will allow players to explore Seattle through the perspectives of Carmilla, Sherry, Benny, Muldoon, and Primogen. Do you say that word? That names like that? Primogen, Isabel, Moore, respectively. Both are planned for release in 2026 and are included in the Premium Expansion Pass. Thanks to our community for the frank feedback on Bloodlines 2 and the Premium Edition, said White Wolf Executive Vice President and Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 Executive Producer Marco Berman in a press release. That feedback made it clear La Sombra and Toreador belong in the base game. So that is what we are doing. We'd also like to thank the Chinese room for their quick turnaround and the concepts for the past launch story packs. We are constantly impressed by their creativity and skill in weaving and inciting narrative threads that expand on the main story in Bloodlines 2. And here you have like what will that additional stuff cost you in the future. Santa Monica memories can be purchased separately for $12, which is just cosmetics. For the deluxe edition, if you have the premium edition, that's already included, and you get like later on those story lore wise packages there. Loose Cannon launches in Q2 2026, and The Flower and the Flame launches in Q3 2026. Which is just weird. Why now they listen to the fans? I'm not sure if you should now buy the game or if they just gonna try later on with a sequel or more expensive DLC to fuck you over again. I might remind everybody, roughly 2 weeks ago, we heard like, yeah, do the refund. You're gonna get the refund anyway for the premium edition there, and you can buy again the premium edition later. And they didn't hold us if anything is gonna change. They just said, yeah, we're gonna just refund, and you're gonna be able to buy it again, whatever. But 4 weeks ago, we got like statements like this. Reacting to fan feedback, developer the Chinese room has added a further 2 clans to Bloodlines 2, La Sombra and Toreador, but these are only available as part of the Shadows and Silk add-on packs, which cost $22 as DLC, or is included as part of the $98.99 US premium edition. The standard edition cost $59.99. Which also, by the way, it's now, I think it's still the same price, but they have a deluxe edition too. So you have 3 editions in total. So yeah. And prior to that, why they did it this way, the CEO, I think was it, in this article, linked down below, he told us, yeah, it's just business. We have to make money. That's why we are not including those 2 clans in the base game. We just can't. It's just business. We have to make money. And now, all of a sudden, it is possible. All of a sudden, it is magically possible. What happened to your it's only business? You might have lost a lot of players there. That's why you changed pretty much actually last minute. You shouldn't do stuff like that a month prior to the release of your game there. So I'm a little bit worried if that game is gonna work because you're including like those characters. Maybe it's gonna work fine because they were already like in the code, like in the content by itself already included. But yes, story-wise, you're gonna disappoint fans more. But hopefully, if you're a fan, if you pre-ordered this game, I hope you're gonna be happy. I hope the game is gonna be good. I hope the publisher and the developer learn from that. And we are done. What can I say? I rushed a little bit through at the end there, but that's how it happens sometimes. Everybody, has anybody memorized anything I talked today about? I don't know. I hope. That's my goal for you, to memorize, to have informations you're gonna not hear anywhere else, because you're gonna hear about other topics on Geeks and Gamers. You're gonna hear on side scrollers, like the big topic. Everybody's gonna talk about those. I try to bring you more like lesser known, interesting stuff. Hopefully, I am successful. I hope everybody has a great rest of their day, wherever you are, whatever time it might be, in morning, evening, night. Enjoy it. Thank you for being around. Thank you again, Snooty, for the gifted. Again, very much appreciated. Big supporter. And yeah, till tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern here. My name is Ike. This was Switzerland.playit with TAGN, the Angry Game News. Take care. Oh, good song. Easygoing song. I don't know what happened with Shadow the Sausage, who wanted to make my monster grow. My services can make your monster grow. What service might that be?
Black girl magic! Fuck you, Dan.